girlfriend left town. And anytime a pretty girl would be nice to me, I thought it was this big elaborate trap that my girlfriend had set. Like I was in line trying to get a sandwich. This girl stands next to me and says, "Oh, the food smells great." "Oh, so how do you know my girlfriend?" I'm falling for that shit. But my girl, she works for Planned Parenthood. And she gets hit on every now and then. She's like, "Wow, the balls on these guys, that's incredible." They just come right out and ask for her number. And she's so cool about it. She'll be like, "Well, this isn't my number, but you can call this if you need to refill your prescription for genital warts." Pretty awesome. But I think getting back into a serious relationship should require some sort of training. Let me give you an example. I was single for about 6 years, never had to deal with a woman during those special couple days she has every month. And then I just meet this incredible woman, fall in love, and I'm supposed to be able to handle it? It doesn't work that way. I woke up in our bed alone one night, came out to the couch and found her crying. "Oh my God, babe, are you alright?" She goes, "No, actually I'm not. When I came home from work today, you didn't really pay me much attention when you were doing the dishes, doing the laundry, and cooking us dinner." Sort of goes against everything I thought I knew about living with a woman. While my brain was still trying to process that, she followed through with, "You didn't even want to snuggle me while we were sleeping. I was not even conscious." What am I supposed to do? But a lot of people in relationships like to romanticize about the good old days when they were single, but I don't. I remember how terrible they were. Like this one girl, I met her, went on our first date. She's the nicest person I've ever met in my whole life. Second date, even nicer. Third date, she's not so nice. As it turns out, the first 2 dates, she was high on heroin. Yeah. And now she's out of heroin and demanding that I buy her more heroin. What a peach. One girl I was with for about 2 months calls me up and says, "Hey Joe, I'm pregnant. But don't worry, I'm 3 months along, so it's not yours." But the good news is that father's no longer in the picture, so you actually get to raise this child as your own. What a treat for me, wow. Another girl I was with complained of me being distant while I was inside of her. I don't know how much closer I can get. I'm inside of you right now. Yeah, let's talk about a form of birth control I don't quite understand. And I'll try to do it without being too disgusting. It's like when a guy pulls out of the race just before the finish line and then crosses the finish line on her stomach. It's the best part of the race. Stay in there, sir. Doesn't make any sense to me. It's like the equivalent of a guy climbing all the way to the top of a mountain. He reaches the top, the summit, the payoff, and he spends his entire time trying to figure out how to text his buddy a picture of an icicle that looks like a dick. Or like paying for an hour-long massage, and in the last 5 minutes you stand up and rub your back into the door jamb instead. Or it's like taking a road trip from Seattle to New York City, and the last second you say, "Fuck it, let's go to Jersey instead." So, I think some guys can seem selfish in bed sometimes, even though they aren't. Just hear me out on this one. Let's say I'm like going down on a woman, right? And I ask if she's close. She says yes, not because she's close, but because she wants it to keep going. I totally respect that, use it myself all the time. But the problem is sometimes it might not be that I'm curious if she's close, more like there's a bowel movement that's about to happen. Yeah. But you can't say that, right? You can't. Like, I would rather stand up and leave the room and tell her to finish herself and have her think I'm the most selfish lover in the world, then have to go through the humiliation of saying, you know, honey, we're gonna have to stop. There's something going on in my stomach right now, and being on my knees with my face in your crotch and my ass in the air is the best position for shitting the bed. You can't say that. And if you did say that, then every time you went to go down on her, she'd say something stupid like, oh, did you remember to go potty first? Ridiculous. But I'm not better than anybody else. I got my own problems. Like I'll eat 9 candy bars and wash it down with a glass of almond milk because regular milk is bad for you. So like every payday, I live like a king for 2 days. Fine wine, cigars, fancy restaurants. Then reality sets back in, and for the next 12 days, I live like a peon. Trying to figure out how I'm going to pay rent, put gas in my car, and if I eat nothing but eggs and instant potatoes for 12 days, will I explode? Yeah. Another thing, I have a bit of an anger problem, and I choose to blame my parents. Because every time I talk to them on the phone, I have to exercise so much patience, I have none left for the rest of the world. For example, my dad, bless his heart, is starting to forget doing things like having firewood delivered to my house as a present. Now, assuming he remembered ordering the wood, when it arrived, I texted him something cryptic like, "The eagle has landed." His response to that was, "Does that mean you're high on something, son?" "No, Dad, it's 7 o'clock in the morning, the firewood was delivered." He says, "Oh, so you need to borrow money?" God damn it. And therein lies the anger problem. I have patience for a lot of people. Like, you notice people saying literally all the time? Unnecessarily? Like, I just ate this entire piece of chicken. Literally. Yeah, I believe you. You didn't eat the entire chicken. How does one figuratively eat a piece of chicken? Or like in the gym, in the locker room, and the old guys who feel it's appropriate to blow dry their ball sack in front of everyone. Yes, it really happens. And they do it with so much pride. They put one leg up on the bench like there's some Viking sailing across the seas. With their foot on the bow of the ship and the wind in their balls. Or some perverted version of Captain Morgan. Road rage, I have a lot of. Anybody else? Anthony's with me. Everybody else is just a bunch of happy, even-keel drivers. That's fine. I'm pretty sure they can take everything they teach in driver's ed, throw it out, and concentrate on how to merge onto the goddamn highway. Yeah. And it's like cutting in traffic. It's such bullshit. Like, if I'm going to take a right turn, I get in the right lane ahead of time. I don't take some suicide dive over 3 lanes at the last second. No one liked that joke. It's fine. You guys are the suicide divers, right? That's okay. Have you ever been on a freeway, waiting to get on another freeway, just waiting in line for like 10 minutes, and then somebody cuts in front of you at the last second? Yeah, I lose my shit. I just go into this intense panic where I'm like, okay, I'm not going to go to my job today. I'm just going to follow this person around all day, cutting them off repeatedly. In traffic, at the grocery store, in line at the bank, it doesn't matter. And then at the end of the day, they will recognize me and say, hey, you've been on my way all day. Who are you? I'm the blue Subaru you cut off 9 hours ago. See how you like it. Or like the guy at the red light who moves up 1 inch every 5 seconds. Stopping and starting, making you think the light keeps turning green and distracting you from texting like everybody else at the red lights. It's the same asshole with the family cartoon car stickers with one for each idiot parent, idiot child, idiot pet, dead idiot pet. I guess it's to show me how many orphans I'm going to make after I sideswipe their card first into a fucking telephone pole. So I learned a lesson recently that you should never road rage without tinted windows. That's right. So I was right behind this guy. He's going really slow, so I don't flip him off. I don't honk. I just drive around him and scream obscenities in my car politely. And so I get up to the light, and I can just kind of feel shit's about to go down. And sure enough, I look over and this guy pulls up next to me. He's just already launched into screaming at me. So I roll my window down and he says, "Saving a lot of time there, Big Mouth?" "Big Mouth? Why are you calling me Big Mouth, sir?" He goes, "Oh, you don't think I could see you back there mouthing the words, F you?" I said, "Yeah, actually, I didn't think you could see that at all." Checkmate. I got nothing. Then I just drove off. I started to think, now wait a second. This guy is going around driving like shit on purpose and then watching for people to get mad at him and then yelling at them. That's incredible. It's like I just met myself in the future. But I don't actually blame my anger problems on my parents. It's a cop-out. I was actually adopted by two of the greatest people in the whole world. Didn't deserve them, and I still don't. So I was just sort of a weird, shitty little kid. I did weird stuff. Like when I was growing up, I decided that I didn't want to poop anymore. I was tired of it. Sitting on the toilet seat, wiping my butt, washing my hands, the whole thing, just forget about it. And I actually thought that that was an option, to just not poop. Until about 72 hours later, I was in the fetal position with the family doctor's finger up my butt. I learned things the hard way. I also had this obsession with my socks. They could be pulled up perfectly at all times. Otherwise I would freak out and start screaming, "My socks aren't obeying me!" Yeah. One night I actually went into the bathroom with the lights off to brush my teeth with what I thought was toothpaste. Yeah, it turned out to be Preparation H instead. Yeah, brush my teeth with the lights on now. Another weird thing I would do was I like to practice wrestling moves on pillows. On this particular day, I was going to have this big finale where I body slam this pillow 40 feet out of a tree. Yeah. So I get 40 feet up the tree, branch breaks, I fall, break my arm, and get a concussion. Now at this point, if you're my parents, you gotta be thinking, we paid full price. For a kid that wrestles pillows and trees and loses. He screams at his socks all day. He brushes his teeth with Preparation H. And every 6 months we have to take him to the hospital because he decided to stop pooping again. I told you we should have adopted a highway instead. But growing up in my parents' house, I had a secret drawer. And that secret drawer consisted of 3 items. Being a bottle of booze, a bag of weed, and a VHS tape of some of the most disgusting porn you've ever seen in your life. You can applaud louder than that. So me and my buddies, we go out, we have some of the booze, tastes pretty strong, doesn't really do the trick. Same thing, we smoke some of the weed, doesn't really do anything. Then when I got home and busted out the trusty VHS tape, it was in that moment that I realized my parents had found my secret drawer, replaced the booze with vinegar, replaced the weed with lawnmower clippings, and recorded over the VHS tape with the 12-hour NASA launch video. Yeah, and they didn't even say a word. I had to have the balls to go up to them, look them in the eye, let them know that I know that they know. The most embarrassing part was about a week later when they caught me jerking off to NASA launch videos. Welcome. Strange moment to walk in. Where am I having time? Doing good? 15? 15? Okay. I can either go or tell you a cat story.
Yeah,
You guys like cats?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm a cat guy, and I got into 2 indoor-outdoor cats. And, it's great for them, but I worry, it's dangerous. So anyway, I wake up one night, it's like 4 o'clock in the morning, I wake up, and I hear my cat and a raccoon screaming. So I run out of my house, run into the woods barefoot, find the raccoon, and punch it in the fucking face. Yeah, has anybody punched a raccoon in the face before? No, round of applause for me right now. Thank you. So I saved the day, clearly, and brought the cats to the vet, got their shots. Then I went to the hospital to get my, not the tetanus shot, but the rabies shots, that one. And I'm in the elevator, and I start telling this woman what happened, this old, kind of crazy looking lady. And I tell her the story, she just has this crazy look in her eye. And so by the time I finish the story, she says, okay, you need to go home right now, quarantine your cats, and then terminate them. Yeah, she said, my cats, quarantine, and terminate in the same sentence. It's not okay. So I started to freak out. It's like, who did I just tell this story to? Is she going to report me to the rabies police? Are the cops going to show up at my house at 3 o'clock in the morning and take my cats away? With me crying in my robe in the street? So it's got a little defensive. I was like, hey lady, I punched a raccoon in the fucking face today. And now I'm in an elevator with an insensitive bitch. I will punch you with my rabian-infested fist right now if you don't keep your trap shut. That was a weird cat story. It's more of a psychotic story. But that's my time. Thank you.